Yes, one second. Good night, good night, good night, good night, friends and families. This is Wonder Benny. Basically, in this show right now, this tonight, I was just sitting and I just watched the one of the video that's regarding the in the past during the in the colonial times. During the 1970, somewhere around the 70s, 1970, 71, 72, 73, and before the independence of PNG. So these fathers, especially talking by the some missionaries from the outside of the world, so they came to our country, and that's what they take it by, especially in Highlands region, and which is taking place in PNG, in Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea, in islands part of Papua New Guinea, in Medi and Saru Islands, and it's part of Saru Islands in the past. So that was happening in TARI, and basically it took place in TARI High School. So this tonight, because I was inspired and I was also emotional while I was just sitting and see some of the photos that has been taken by one of the missionaries called Sister Lawrence. She's from American, and that's a video circulating on the Facebook, and one of the former students of the St. Joseph TARI Secondary School, he was taught by the Sister Lawrence and Sister Mel and some of the sisters outside the foreigners. They came to our country, but during that time they taught them. So he gone into him, so that's why that story is very inspirational and that's also recall back what are some of the things that happened in the past, because while we are not born at that time, so especially generations like me and some generations like all of us here, we are not born at that time, that something is happening. So I think that's very inspirational and I love it. So the point that I want to make it here is the photo that I watch here, this photo is very emotional. As you can see, the photos that I would did this the photos of the great missionary. You see, from how I observed it, and I also them that this is a greatest ever sacrifice that they made it. Instead of they supposed to live in their own country, and they live their own country, own family, own mother, own parents, and they came to our country. This called Papua New Guinea. They called welcome to Papua New Guinea. So, and because that's the agreement, that contract that they signed with that personally from that individual, that who live their own countries, own motherlands, on their parents, their relatives, their families from their own country, and they came to this country and want to set the people. So especially in Highlands, in TARI High School. So I think the photo that is taken at TARI High School, all the photos that I saw it, and that photo is very emotional. Very photo is emotional. So photo is here. I saw these photos, and these photos it's very emotional. So anyways, I think that's guys God will reward them for what they have done during the time while they were young, and they invest the time, invest their life in the house of the Lord, and they take this up to serve the people of God through this world. So I think I give the credits behind this, who have been committed and sacrificed the times, the commitment that they have made during that time, and the Israeli country came it here, especially like Sister Lawrence, and also some many fathers they name it. A lot of fathers they from the Australia, from the England, some of the teachers from England, some of the fathers from the missionary father from the America, some of the fathers from the Australia, some of the fathers from the England, and it's around the world they came it. So this photo that you see here for the ambassador, you see, TARI secondary school was not like this in the before. In the past, in 1960, in 1970, there was no permanent buildings. There was no permanent classrooms. There was no permanent house for the fathers to live. There was no permanent house for the sisters to live. There was no permanent accommodation or house for the teachers to live there. Because the teachers that we have during that time, that 1960s, 70s, that time, they are foreigners. They came in that time. So you see, that time, but I saw that white people are very smart, that they want to set the people of PNG with their hearts. They really committed the time. They really sacrifice. Instead of living the good life in their own home province and in on their home country, but they live that they come to country PNG to save the people of PNG. This is what God calls them to do the work on this planet. So Sister Lawrence is one of the oldest woman that she turned 93 years old, and I think that is one of the strongest women I ever saw here, and also the Sister Jasmine. Sorry, not Sister Jasmine, but Sister Lauren. So Sister Lauren is the one of the hardworking guy, and Sister Mel is another guy. She was passed away. I used to hear that she was one of the best principals of St. Joseph TARI Secondary School at that time. I used to hear that, but while she was in charge, while the leadership of the Sister Mel, during that time the school was becoming one of the top schools in the country. And every student used to go to universities, and every students go to colleges, and the school environments and the school research they have, like in terms of the agriculture, in terms of the school canteens and school business they operate within just like looking after carols and look after the campus within the area was so management of the Sister Mel was so good. So this is the recommendation that used to made by the some of my fathers in the village. So I used to hear that. So I think that father that I saw, and because I don't know, because I was born just in 2000, so I think that's too long ago, and that photo was kept by that lady, Sister Lauren. So I saw within the photos, I saw the photo like Mark and Desan Hariki here, and I also saw that our hardworking lady during my time. She wasn't there. I think in this photo is while she was young. Mrs. Pagalo. She's still the best teacher in the sense of TARI Secondary School. Still, she's teaching. And she was academic, deputy principals of the Central TARI Secondary right now. Wow, you see that's for, and very too hardworking guy. That none ever then. These two men was hardworking guy for the Central TARI Secondary Schools. Is none other than Mr. Mark and Mr. Desan Harigi, the very hardworking guy. I recommended the hard work, the commitment, the dedications, the efforts that they used to put, during that time to cook the foods of the students. After generation after generations, grade after grade level, after generation after generations, grade after grade, level after level, graduation after graduations, student pass out on God. But these two men still steady, still remained, do the hard work, commitment within the area every time. So I just want to give credit to this one. And that's Mark been passed away while Desan Harigi is still alive. So I give credit to Desan Harigi, and also give credit to Mark for what a great work that these two men have done in this Central TARI Secondary School. So because during that time, During that time, Central TARI secondary schools here, you see, there was no proper fence, there was no proper buildings, there was no proper house. You see, during that time there was no computer. During that time there was no power. During that time there was no phone. There was no phone. During that time there is no internet connectivity too much like as existing today. And during that time, in earliest 1960, 1970, 1980, around there was no proper internet connectivity like this today that we have. You see, during the time people used to survive there. There was no proper internet connections. There was no telephone at that time. There was no phone at that time. That time, it was the less phone. Phone was not existed at one time. Internet connected that we have right now was not much easier like this. It's so hard during the time. But these people were very smart. They can be able to manage it. They can be able to survive. They can be able to commit themselves, dedicate themselves in that area. So I give credit to the one who have been behind the building the St. Joseph TARI Secondary Schools. Right now, the St. Joseph TARI Secondary School exists today. I want to give the credit to make the recommendations, to make a comment to the one that who have been committed the time, the sacrifice, the efforts, their life in that particular place to make that place to become the learning area for the Papua New Guineans, for the Highlands, for the TARI. Thank you very much for the service. Thank you very much for the service that you guys have done during that time. I'm forgetting to mention one of the hardworking guy, also the Francis Towley was there, also mentioning in the I also saw the photos of Francis Towley there, and Mrs. Pakalu, and a lot of some story the people or persons that I know it in TARI Secondary School. So that's why I want to recommend you guys for the hard work, the commitment, the dedications that you have to put it in this place, in the school to make it heaven. So right now the Centers of TARI Secondary School's existence, not like before. Thank you very much for that. So point to that, and I just want to make comparisons or compare in the 1960s, in the 1970s, 1980s, and current today. During the time, there was a phoneless. During the time, there was a phoneless. During the time, there was no proper internet connectivities. There was no internet or computer like this. During that time, there was no phone like this. During that time, there is less connectivity in internet. So people are students at that time very smart, teachers, lecturers, principals at that time very smart. They can be able to manage themselves, and at least they made it this so far. So current today in 2000, current today right now we are living in this 21st century that we call the era, the modern era, the technological era. We have technological advancement has been increased in this era, and which means that small age to the old age, we all of us exist. We all of us have the mobile phone like this, and we all of us are connected to the internet. We all of us know how to operate the different types of social medias, and we all are connected. Our internets are very connected like this today. In the past, no. Internet was in our finger hands. Everything that we need, everything that's hard for us to find it, is here. It's in our fingertips. It's in our fingertips. We can be search it everywhere. You can find it everywhere. Nothing is hard like this life today that we live in. So learning lesson from that. Today is the moment. Today is the time. Today is the hour. I want to silence the every students of St. Joseph TARI Secondary School today. If you're one of the St. Joseph TARI Secondary School today, currently you're enrolling and you're starting there, I just want to encourage you that today it's not like in the past like this. Today, the life that we're living is not like struggle that they faced, these students have faced in the past. Today, we are living in the era of the mobile phones. Today, we are living in the era of the technology. Today, we are living in the era of the AI. Today, we are living in the era of the technology advancements. Everywhere you go, everywhere I go, the technology is in our fingertips right now. So students, I just want to emphasize to you, use this wisely to invest your time in your study, commit your time in your study. The building is there, the environment is there, it's very quiet. School is there, is very quiet. Environment is place there, so very quiet. Use them wisely. Do your study to get good some marks and to be a good man and woman of this nation's called beautiful Papua Nigani. So these people, once we look at these fathers, you see, these people have done a lot of sacrifice to just make that school become the St. Joseph TARI Secondary to be in existence like this. You see, at that time there was no proper transportation for them to transport, for them to, from that going back to Fort like this, the life that time was very challenged. But these people are very smart that they live. But today, we don't have to make any excuses. You don't have to blame any man and any woman there. Any principle that is rule, any principle is Texas in that there. It's not for you to against them. It's not for you to say anything about them. It's not for you to mobilize them and say against them and say this fellow is like that, that fellow is no. They are on the mission. They are on the missions. Especially like Sister Jasmine right now, you can say Sister Jasmine is right now is running the school there. You don't have to put your eyes on Sister Jasmine and says you try to make a complaint about his policies, his management, and no, she is doing her absolutely best to run the school. You as a student there, you have to give your time in your studies. You as a student there, you have to do your part. You have to, as a student, you have to do a study. As a student, be like a student. As a student, act like a student. As a student, dress like a student. As a student, listen like a student. As a student, behave, act, dress, walk, eat, talk like a student. Follow the school rules. Follow the school regulations. Follow your teacher's commands. Follow your teacher instructions. Follow your principal instructions. Follow your school's disciplines. These are school instructions, school commands, school guidelines there. If you follow and if you stand by there, nothing is that you will make it through. So I just want to challenge you that never ever talk to any teachers. Students, I just want to start the mouth off. Do your own work. Focus on your studies. Submit you, do your work. Dedicated, commitment, hard work will find the results, will get you the results. While teacher is doing the work, you as a student, you have to do your work. Principal is doing the work, as a teacher, you have to do your work. Students have to do your work. At the end of the day, you will have good results at the end of the day. You don't have to put the fingers, blame like this. He said, we are not going to university, we are not going to college, we are not going to this and that, and you try to put the fingers of the management there. No, its parts belongs to every man there. Its parts belongs to the whoever is there. Its parts belongs to the community. Its parts belongs to the management. It belongs to principals. The principals. It belongs to teachers. It belongs to staffs. It belongs to the teachers, and everybody as a whole, entire there is working together to make the something happen. Don't try to rely on another person alone. So St. Joseph TARI Secondary School is school that has been exist past before in the past, and it will be among at least 50 plus years. Still, St. Joseph TARI Secondary Schools still exist. So don't try to play up, because many people have sacrificed, many people have put a commitment, their dedications just to make that school happen. So if you are the one that you play up the schools, if you are the one that you try to play around with the school rules there, if you are the one that you try to against the principals or against the teachers there, you are the one that will bring the curse, and you are the one that will be not have any result at the end of your studies in St. Joseph TARI Secondary School. So St. Joseph TARI Secondary Schools students out there, I just want to encourage and to tell you that do your studies, put more time on your studies, give commitment, hard work, dedications will lead you your dreams and your visions that we have. Don't try to blame any man, any woman. It's for you to make your own hard work. It's for you to do your own study. It's for you to commit. St. Joseph TARI Secondary School's environment is so beautiful, so silent, ever, not noisy, free. You see, we have other buildings there. The building is unused during the night. The building is unused during the weekend. Building is just locked up there, and it's become decay. It's depreciates. Who is going to use that building and do the studies? Come on, guys, it's time to wake up and use the somethings there. Don't try to sleep. If you are one of the St. Joseph TARI Secondary Schools, don't try to blame anybody here. You have to blame yourself. Do your studies. That school that you are not. I'm one of the ex-St. Joseph TARI Secondary School. You see, I am already here. I was schooled there 2019, 2020. Grade 10 I was doing there. And that's my homeland, that's my school. You see, in early 1973, 1975, that people have been sacrificed. That people have been committed a lot of sacrifice and give more time to build that school. So young man out there, don't try to think that you know everything and you try to overlook. Any man, any woman is there. Any principals, any teachers, any senior teachers, any principals, whoever is there, don't try to overlook them. They come to suffer and they are the missions. We have to respect them about the school rules. At the end of the day, you will receive the good results that what you deserve it. Otherwise, you are schooled in mission schools. If you are not abiding the school rules and regulations is placed by the school there, and at the end of the day, result will harvest it. So I just want to emphasize to you, make use of everything, make use of the resource. Do you committed the time in your studies? Do hard work. Your dedication, your commitment that you put in your studies will bring the results at the end of the day. Thank you very much. That's a little thought that I just contributed to these photos. That it's bring me some of the emotional things here. So that's why I just want to make that bit of my ideas. So thank you very much.